Hi, you're just stuck with me tonight, gang. It's just me. Welcome, welcome. I got home and I'm like, I don't feel like going to sleep, and I tell you what, we got a lot to talk about tonight. We do. Well, we might have some other of the gang jumping on here in a little while, but you know what? I haven't done a solo stream for a while, and I see people just tuning out right now. That's fine. I'm gonna ramble. I'm gonna ramble tonight. Gaps here, Godzillionaire, my sketchbook. Oh my God, you guys! See, I don't have the 5 hearts under one roof. That's on. That's Fisk had that. No. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. Good to see you. We are going to first. Okay, so my hat is really fucking up the gimmick here. I forgot. I got the green screen back out, so using the hat with green on it is not a good thing. Not a good thing. But thank you guys. Hi, how we doing? The first thing I want to talk about tonight is we're going to take a look over here on. We're going to go over to Twitter, X for you kids out there. Ray Fenix, one half of the Lucha Bros. He is not. He's not happy because he was supposed to be a free agent with his tag team partner and what's his brother's name? It's Fenix and Penta. Good tag team. I don't mind them. Out of all the shite. Oz, let me toss you a link, bro. I think I mentioned that to you. I didn't see if you got back to me though. I'm reach. Your work. Okay, you're at work. All right. Sorry about that, man. But no, Fenix and Penta are 2 of the cats that I like. As I said, I'm not a huge Lucha Libre fan, but I do appreciate the art form of it. And Fenix had some time off for injuries, which now, because he wants to go, God damn it, he wants to go to WWE. Tony Khan's like, guess what? I'm going to extend that contract. We're going to extend that contract out through your injury time so you cannot go to WWE and, work over there. And he says here on Twitter, no one stays in a place where they received inhumane treatment. I had Picasso and me screenshot this because I want to save this for when he ends up showing up in WWE and showing out, because he'll hopefully be booked a little bit better. Now, we're going to get to that because I have some issues with SmackDown last night, and I didn't see the entire show, admittedly. I watched till about just after the 9 o'clock, about 9:15. And I didn't take notes or anything, but I just have some thoughts off the top of my head that I want to get to. But yeah, I love this. Evil doesn't die, it reinvents itself. Let's see. Trader. AEW's neck beers. This isn't fun. Yeah, here we got this is my boy right here, Josh. He gets a like. Fellow murder mitten denizen right there. I don't Tony McMahon in the mud. Oh God. Yep, another screenshot. AEW's cooked. Yeah, AEW has more issues than TV Guide right now. This being one of them, though. This is much. Well, I mean, it's not the same situation as Ricky Starks. They're just not using Ricky Starks, and then the whole kerfuffle with GCW and the comments made by Effie that were negative towards Tony Khan and his dad. So, Tony Khan's like, well, fucking Ricky, you ain't working that. Fucking Ricky, you ain't working that fucking show. Better go dress your fucking green bastard then. From Parts Unknown. If anybody's a Trailer Park Boys fan, I know that's a good green bastard. I used to do that in my stand-up routine. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Do you think Ray Fenix is getting a raw deal from Tony Khan? He's just being spiteful. He's being spiteful. I mean, I can see the discipline committee. Oh God. Ad for Hero Wars. After reading this tweet, Tony Khan reportedly feared for his life. Probably talking about Big Tony holding him in Pentagon Jr. Penta captive while their contracts were winding down. Yeah, that's pretty much what it amounts to. Is this was done much like Jerry trying to return the suit jacket in Seinfeld. This was done out of spite, and that's because Tony Khan is a very petty small man. You know, good. I mean, good for him, dude. You run a wrestling business, but you make yourself look like a fucking idiot on a consistent basis because of the poor business decisions you make, because you have a lack of acumen for the wrestling business, the likes of which we haven't seen running a company since Dixie Carter. God. But this whole issue with Phoenix, I don't see Vince McMahon and Tony Khan the way I don't think Tony Khan is evil. Let me say this. And until Vince McMahon's found guilty in a court of law by either a judge or a jury of his peers, I don't know what you want me to say. I'm not going to just go out and crucify this. We make jokes all the time, but let's be honest. He gets his day in court, and the federal government's been gunning for him since the 90s, the steroid trial and all that. So there is a vendetta by the federal government of the United States against Vince McMahon. I don't think that's even a question. Now, will that change? Will that change come January? It will. It will. Now, that being said, I don't believe that the incoming president of the United States is going to show unfair privilege, but I do believe I just want to see this go to trial. That's all I'm going to say about it. I want to see this go to a trial or whatever, however they're going to handle it, because right now all we have is speculation and, Janelle Grant, the woman that's been scrubbed in an age when it's impossible to be scrubbed from the internet. This woman has been completely scrubbed from the internet, except for that one picture that people mirror and use in their video thumbnails. The one picture of her that you can find online. It's absolutely hilarious that what is she? 39? A 39-year-old woman. There's only one picture of her. Yeah. The incoming president isn't an AEW Hall of Famer. This is correct. Oh, SmackDown, it was a mess. It absolutely was a mess. That's kind of what I want to know, Gap. I mean, hang on. For example, before we get over to SmackDown, let me go over here. Let me see. Okay. All right. Let me stop sharing that one, and I'll share this one. Okay. Janelle Grant. Okay. Janelle Grant. Right here, folks. I mean, this is the same, just mirrored or, photoshopped. The exact same image. This is not her. Every fucking picture is the same. I mean, so how does that happen in this day and age? Was it a psyop to begin with? Obviously, I'm not saying we jokingly said that, like, I think it was a month ago, that she's not even real. She's a paper trail. But I mean, obviously there's some facsimile. Maybe she's like one of those real dolls. I don't. And that, if she's a real doll, is there even a crime? Is there even a crime at this point if she's a real doll? Let's be frank here. Let's have some frank and honest conversations, because real dolls don't have rights. Not yet. They don't have agency over themselves in such a manner. John Benet. Oh, they never found out who killed that girl. They never found out it was her twink ass dad that killed that girl. Allegedly, YouTube. I'm making jokes. How long ago was that? Was that the fucking 90s? That John Benet Ramsey shit? That had to be the 90s. That little girl disappeared because her parents fucking, I don't know. But her dad was a twink. It was probably, I don't know. I have no idea. A pageant dad. The fuck is like, I don't know. Like, I understand, but like, see, that was not, yeah. That's, I thought it was like the late 90s. I was probably I think I was in high school when that, like maybe a junior when that happened. But we won't talk about pageant dads, because that's, I can't. You know, if I had daughters, like, I mean, you know, obviously, you know, you do anything for your children, so it's like, you know. But this dude was a twink. He's a fucking child killing twink. YouTube, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Allegedly in Minecraft. Is that what you have to say? Is that what I'm supposed to say? SmackDown last night. All right. SmackDown. Jesus, God in heaven. Why, Lord? Why do you insist upon making? Do you think Tony Khan's dad is a pageant dad? Yeah, I do. I think Tony's a little light in the loafers. Not that there's anything wrong with that, right? Not that there's anything wrong with that. But no, I think Tony Khan is a willing bottom. I'm kidding. I don't have to worry. I don't. This is okay. And to speak to Tony Khan and all this shit with Effie and all that with Game Changer Wrestling. For those of you who have never been in, and I'm not saying this to be patronizing. I'm saying this from a place of experience. And if you've never been in the wrestling business, if you've never had to deal with booking a show or navigating the complexities of the political environment of backstage politics before, it is a fucking mess. Okay, wrestling is, I love the sport. That's why after 7 years of hiatus, of retirement, I decided to fucking come back into the sport because I fucking love it. And I I was talking to my boy who was the promoter last night, and this is a separate joke, but no. I love the sport. I care about the sport. I care about the health of the sport overall. And I know we make a lot of jokes and we say a lot of off the wall, off the cuff shit. But when it comes down to it, I love the business. Like I said, that's I always have. And not so I could come out one day and point at a fucking WrestleMania sign and main event WrestleMania now. Did I have those dreams as a kid? Yeah, every little kid that's a wrestling fan does. But when I got into the business, it's just like, I want to do this because it's populated by, you know, on the mainstream level by guys that I used to look up to, your Stone Colds, your Ric Flairs, you know, my fucking Barry Windham, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Sid, Scotty Steiner, you know, Disco, even guys like that. Not even talking, you know, the fucking Dusty Rhodes, you know, I mean, there's 1,000,001 names I can just throw out that inspired me. But I love it. I love the pageantry, pageantry. It all comes back to that. The presentation of it, the storytelling. All right. I'm explaining this to my son today because I finally came up with my finisher. I finally came up with my new finisher, which I used to use the Razor's Edge, which I called the Market Crash. because Pete Daddy Dollar, as you see, that was my work name. And I was from Manhattan. So a lot of things were financial. Our tag team, me and James Dillinger, our tag team we were in the stable team ratings, which is basically the NWO. Our tag team was the 1%. You know, Pete Daddy Dollar from Manhattan. My finisher, the Razor's Edge, I called it the Market Crash. So now, being as, you know, this is my Wrestling with Horror logo is going to be on my this is going to be on my singlet that I'm getting. I'm not just wearing a singlet, I'm wearing a singlet and the long pants, basically like a Damian Priest type, because like him, I am a huge fan of the Outsiders, always was. And yeah, so I want to kind of tailor my gear along those lines, but use the horror theme with it. So I'll be like, this will be on the singlet. It'll be like a 2-strap singlet, and I'll have my long pants on, my boots. I got my elbow pads and shit like that, knee pads. But I'm going to come down to the ring with the hockey mask on. I don't know if I'm going to do like the eye black, because I'm not going to wear my cowl underneath the mask, because that's just too fucking much, and it fucks my goatee up. So it like mats it down, and I don't want that shit. So yeah, but that's what I love, coming up with this shit. Like, because I have to reinvent the gimmick, and I have to change my name, because the name which I've had for this name, the Pete Daddy Dollar name was given to me by a buddy of mine who was a rapper when we worked at this shop together, New Detroit Stamping. I'm just kidding. But no, that's who gave me this name. He started calling me Pete Daddy Dollar. Like, it probably at least 3 years before I got in the wrestling business. And when it came time to pick the gimmick, that's how the name came. I was like, it had a ring to it. I'm like, we're going to go with a money type gimmick. So, which was funny, because you talk about evolution. When I started doing the Pete Daddy Dollar gimmick, I was broke as fuck. Driving a fucking, a car I got from my ex when we split, that I bought originally. And, I was broke, living in a shit apartment, and, it's all come full circle now. And I'm like, I don't want to use the money. I'm not saying I'm like balling out or anything, but doing well for myself at this stage of my life. Yes. So it's like, but I don't want to use that name with a horror gimmick. So it will now be the Space Laser. God damn it, Godzillionaire. No, what I'm thinking of doing is, my finisher is going to be an homage to another one of my favorite wrestlers, because I wanted, now psychology wise, right? This is what makes me laugh when you see like 170-pound guys and they're like, I'm going to use a power bomb as my finisher. I'm like, great. What are you going to do when you have a 250-pound guy? You're going to fucking power bomb a 250-pound man? Daniel Garcia, you skinny little bitch. Like, come on. Like, it's got to be believable. You've got to have some suspension of disbelief. That's why it's not believable when Tessa Blanchard hits a Canadian Destroyer on Brian Cage and beats him, or beats Sami Callihan, or any small female goes over on a man, or a much more larger, athletic, muscular female like Roxanne Perez going over on Jordynne Grace. I understand they had to put Roxanne Perez over on Jordynne Grace because Jordynne Grace works for TNA, and Roxanne Perez is the nepotism favorite in NXT because she was trained by Booker T, and I absolutely think she's abhorrent. I can't stand her in the ring. She's a joke. She's fucking tiny. Don't ever put her against a bigger girl and let her go over clean and expect me. This is my pop rock. Fucking Canadian Destroyer. She's a fucking 110 pounds at best, using a Canadian Destroyer, which isn't even a finisher now. It's a fucking transition move. So you've ruined finishers because none of you idiots have, wait for it, psychology. You don't use fucking finishers in the middle of a match and no sell them. Fucking Canadian Destroyer, motherfucker, your ass shouldn't be kicking out at 2. You should be, you're done. That's it. Like, you ain't kicking out at 2. But these people don't have psychology. They're told to go out there and do aggressive gymnastics, or like I said, no sell finishers. Point at the stupid fucking WrestleMania sign. WrestleMania is 2 nights, which is garbage. Why? Why do we need 2 nights of WrestleMania? Anybody? You, Bueller. Two nights of WrestleMania is too basic. It's a Raw and a SmackDown. That's what you're getting. You're getting a Raw and a SmackDown. You know, I'm glad I'm not paying for it. I'll watch it. I'm not paying for it. What? Why? Why do I? And we talked about this. They're going to stretch WrestleMania out to a fucking week. It's WrestleMania week. It'll be WrestleMania Raw, WrestleMania NXT, WrestleMania SmackDown, WrestleMania Saturday, WrestleMania Sunday, and the events, just so they can milk more money. Because like Godzillionaire says, now you need $1,700 to point per person to point at the fucking WrestleMania sign. The ticket prices are ridiculous. I thought about going to WrestleMania in Vegas. I thought about it. I didn't say I was going to. I thought about it. And then I thought, why? This is going to cost so much money. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. I could just go to Las Vegas on vacation and have fun and hang out with Tony and, his lovely wife. Me and the wife go out there and hang out with them. Or I can spend an assload of money and go to WrestleMania and watch the same thing that I could watch on television on a Monday or a Friday, which brings us to SmackDown last night on Friday. What are we doing? The women's U.S. title tournament. Tiffany should win this, but she's got Money in the Bank. So what are we going to do with this? We're going to put it on who? Fucking, I don't know. It's like I said, we added mid-card belts we don't need. I could go play Top Golf with the Miz. Like I said, only if Maurice is there. The money grab less than a T. Of Impact. Yeah, it is. It's a cash grab by WWE. And I'm not saying that they're going to stretch it out, but I can see them doing that eventually. Like, just because they want more money. They're like, how can Endeavor make more money off this? We stretch it out to a week, and if you build it, they will come. And there's people that are, like I said, there's people that are plopping down all the dough for this, but I'm not willing to put myself in debt for this. It's not worth it. If the product was fire, like in the 90s, yeah, absolutely. Would it be worth the money? But yeah, I want to pay 90s prices. No, it's sad too, because I want the product to be good. I want AEW to be good. I don't want to sit here and just rip on wrestling all the time, because you're like, well, motherfucker, you're in the business. Like, what am I supposed? And I commented this on an AEW thread. I'm like, what would you rather have me do? Just praise utter shit rather than critique it? Like, do we go hard in the paint on it? Yeah, we do sometimes, but it needs it. It needs it. It needs it, master. No, it does. The product needs to be critiqued harshly, because none of us, like, I don't gain any money from shitting on AEW. I don't gain any money from shitting on WWE. It hurts the business when the business is bad. And you can fucking disagree with me all you want. Cody Rhodes is not a fucking world champion. This whole undisputed this dude is mid, and he is played out, and his title reign has been fucking boring. And I remember all the Cody marks. Finish my story. And I'm not saying Roman Reigns should have kept the belt, but Roman Reigns should have kept the fucking belt. What do we get out of this Cody title run? What memorable moments have we gotten out of Cody Rhodes in the last almost fucking year? What have we gotten? Cody versus Gunther over at Blood Money. Cody's feuding with Kevin Owens. Who else? Cody versus, he worked Chad Gable on SmackDown. Good for Chad Gable for getting a match. Chad Gable's talented enough. Chad Gable in another where Chad Gable beats him. I mean, let's face it, out of the two of them, Gable is the much more talented. Better overall. He's shorter than Cody. I don't want to dog Gable for his height, because he can't change that. But the guy's a great worker. Chad Gable's fucking awesome. For a while there, before all the Wyatt nonsense, that guy was arguably one of the most over heels in the company. Actually, over as a heel. What up, Instant Regret? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Cody's like a bad pair of underwear with holes in it. Yeah, he is. Are you talking ill of a Negro icon? Would I do that? Would I do that? Nah.
Wrestling has more than one black champion.
We had to play it, man. We had to play it. We were talking about Thody. That's right, baby. Thody, the fruit of my loins, if you will, baby. If you will, daddy. That's Thody Rose, baby. Fucking Thody. Fucking Thody. What up, bro? What up, man? Yeah, I still got Janelle Grant up on the screen just so my ugly ass isn't up there all by myself. I know what you're like. What the fuck is this behind him? This is an old school Detroit TV call letters. That's what that is. That's what that is. We got WXON too. Did I just snort? I think I did. The reverb is top notch. I love it, man. I love it. No, Cody is boring. Cody has been absolutely boring as champion. But to be fair, so is Gunther. Gunther's run has been an utter disappointment. I want to look this up. Should we go to cage match? Let's see. Cody, let's look up Cody Rhodes 2024 matches. All right, so let's go over here. Let's see. All right, so cage match, Cody Rhodes. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to share this, but what I'm going to pull up is specifically post-WrestleMania, all right? Because this should show the house shows and everything. If it'll load. Cage matches being a bitch. I want to prove this point, though, because I know people are talking about Roman Reigns, how he didn't work. Well, Cody really hasn't either. And, okay, I got to refresh this. Son of a bitch. Let's see. It's because of my, hang on a second. Let's see here. I'm going to play a clip because you guys are going to lose me for a minute here. Because I need to switch off my VPN. So let's see. Do we have a longer clip that'll give it time to kick in? Let's go over here. We'll go over here to Holy Shit News, the old school brand from the old school place to be reviews, because I think we have a clip that will cover the time. So we'll do that. And let's go to monoTony's favorite place, Wakanda Land.
Do you ever look around at your continent and feel a little down? ashamed of where you come from. Do you ever see your parents offered up to a Libyan warlord from your cage and silently wish to yourself,
reality can be whatever I want?
my friends, are you simply hungry?
Hi, I'm trans non-binary Disney CEO Bob Chapek, and I'm inviting you to experience the other side of reality. Relax, recuperate, and reinvent yourself at our newest and most diverse Walt Disney World Resort. When real life doesn't quite cut it, come experience our version of Africa. Introducing Wakanda Land.
Book your reservation at Wakanda Land today and get a free 30-day trial to Lucasfilm writer Leslie Headland's new dating app, Wine and Dynasty. It's a sure thing every time. Available for download through the App Store or Google Play.
All right, so I am working on this right now. Let's see here. We are in March. When the hell was WrestleMania? Here we go right here. Okay, so here's, all right, so we've got it. Let me pull this up and I'll come back on camera. I know you guys love me. You guys love looking at my nose. I'm just kidding. Here we go. Jesus Christ, help me, Rhonda. Much better. Much better. All right. So as we see here on the screen, and it's too quiet. It's too quiet. We need some background music. We need some background music here. What do we got? We'll go with Unsolved Mysteries. We'll go with Good evening. Tonight, the mystery of why Cody Rhodes' title reign has been utter dog shit. This and much more on Unsolved Mysteries. All right. So over here, let's see. WrestleMania. All right. So house show. WrestleMania right here. Okay. So Bloodline, Cody and Seth lost. So he comes over here. Bloodline rules. Cody defeats Roman. Okay, so this was April 7th. So next on SmackDown on the 12th, the following week here, dark match. This was in Detroit. He defeats Dom in a dark match. Like that was like what? So we'll only look at, well, let's see. So we've got here, I'll just keep tallies. I'll keep tally marks here. So we've got Dominic in a dark match. So that's one title defense right there. We go up next, another house show, Birmingham. He defeats Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh my God. Shinsuke, he would beat him. Let's see what, that's 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5 right there. Let's see. How many of these are televised, though? All dark matches. Then we go up here to April 26th on SmackDown. He defeated Carmelo Hayes. So that's one televised title defense. And I will annotate TV over top of all title defenses. So we've got 6, 1 televised. We go to 2 more house shows in Italy and Germany against Nakamura. So that's 2 more house shows. And then a dark match here against Shinsuke. Jesus Christ. So what? Out of, let's see, that's another one. So we're up to 9. Out of 9 thus far, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 fucking matches with Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, that's one thing if you're going to take this program with him and Nakamura and actually do something with it on television, but it's not like you were ever going to put Shinsuke Nakamura over on Cody Rhodes. No, you had to job LA Knight out to him, which, okay, I'm fine with that if they do something with LA Knight. He wins the Royal Rumble, let's say, and goes on and wins the undisputed title from Cody at WrestleMania, which would be great. But it won't happen because LA Knight got himself over, so the office won't give him the rub. another dark show or dark match here. Oh wait, no, sorry, this was Backlash. He defeated AJ Styles. So that's the 10th match, which I'll say that's pay-per-view match right there. So we've got one TV and one pay-per-view out of 10 matches. Okay, and lot of fucking Shinsuke Nakamura matches. So he defeats AJ Styles at Backlash. Then we go another house show. Defeats Shinsuke again. Okay. So we got another house show win over Shinsuke Nakamura. Another house show win over AJ Styles. Another house show win over AJ Styles. And then a dark match on SmackDown, tag match. Sami Zayn, the communist piece of shit, and Thody versus the Alpha Academy, Chad and Otis. That was, May 24th. Yeah, the Alpha Academy was still together. So that is, we're at 5, 10. We're at 14 matches. And then we go to, King of the Ring. That's right. He defeated Logan Paul. So we have another pay-per-view match right there. Our 15th match is, our 10th and our 15th matches were pay-per-views. And we've had one televised match. Then we go to Super Show Summer Tour. So basically a house show. Westchester, White Plains, New York defeats AJ Styles. Let's see, 2 wins over AJ Styles at house shows. Clash the Castle, that's a pay-per-view. Defeated AJ at Clash at the Castle. Yeah, I Quit match. That was a bad match. So pay-per-view match right there. So then we go back to Friday Night SmackDown. He defeats Solo. So that is a TV match. Then we go back to house shows. Shinsuke. Hey, Kalamazoo. I forgot about that one. So we got, another 2 right there. 1, 2. Let's see. And then we've got the Bloodline. Money in the Bank. Yep. Money in the Bank. The Bloodline, Jacob, Solo, and the non-retarded Tama Tonga defeat Thody, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton. Wow. So that's a match at a pay-per-view and a loss at a pay-per-view. I'm shocked. He actually, but I guarantee you he didn't take the pin in that. Let's see. Another house show. He beat Santos Escobar at 2 house shows. So there we go. And we're up to July here. Then Cody and KO defeat AA Town Down Under on SmackDown. So that's a TV match. So we've got out of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Out of 25 matches, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pay-per-views and 3 TV matches. Let's go to the house show here. Triple threat. Cody defeats AJ and Shinsuke in a triple threat house show match. So we got 1, 2, 3 house shows. 1, 2, 3. And now we're up to SummerSlam, where he defeated Solo. So that's a pay-per-view. Okay. And let's see here. Let's pop back over, make sure nobody's backstage. Yeah. All right. So okay. So here we are. Let's see. Our last one was SummerSlam. So Cody defeats Solo at 1, 2 house shows in a row. 2 house shows in a row. All right. Here we go with another TV appearance. Cody and KO defeat A-Town Down Under again. So that's a TV match. And Road to Bash in Berlin. Cody defeats AJ. Cody defeats AJ. Cody defeats AJ. So there's, let's see, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 5 more house show matches. All right. And that brings us up to the Bash in Berlin. Cody defeats KO. Universal title match. So that's a W right there, the pay-per-view. So right now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pay-per-view matches. 1, 2, 3, 4 TV matches. All right, so Bash at Berlin. So then we go to, was this Friday Night SmackDown? Yep. So SmackDown. We have a steel cage. Cody Rhodes defeats Solo. All right, that's TV. And then the following week, which is a dark match, we go to 2 dark matches in a row. He picks up 2 more wins. So dark. And then we have the super shows. We have 2 wins over AJ Styles at house shows. And then another dark match with Austin Theory. Jesus Christ. Austin Theory. Vince McMahon's favorite twink. Bad Blood. Cody and Roman defeat Jacob and Solo. So there's a pay-per-view match right there. So since WrestleMania, Cody has wrestled at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pay-per-views. Not bad. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches on television thus far, and we're up to October 5th here. So then we go dark match. Defeats Dominic Mysterio on SmackDown. Like I said, dark. House show. 1, 2, 3, 4 house shows over Solo. He picks up. And then we go to SmackDown dark. Another dark. 2 more dark matches. Raw and SmackDown defeats Jacob Fatu and then Solo. So let's add on a couple more dark matches there. SmackDown 13-15. All right. Cody and Randy defeat Imperium. There's a TV match. Works a lot of. All right. And then we go dark. Dark match right here on Raw. Defeats Carmelo Hayes. I have no problem with that. They're a decent physical matchup. Crown Jewel match, pay-per-view. He won that stupid, whatever that garbage title is over there. The Crown Jewel title. Then we go to another, 1, 2, 3, 4 house shows. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4 house shows. Dark match. Uso and Sami Zayn defeat Cody, Jay, and Sami defeat Braun, Carmelo, and Ludwig. So that's a dark match. SmackDown. Cody Rhodes defeats Carmelo Hayes. There's a TV match. Dark match over Solo Sikoa. And then he defeated Chad Gable on TV the other night. Okay. So as far as television appearances go, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 television appearances, pay-per-views. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pay-per-views, 8 pay-per-view matches, 8 televised matches since WrestleMania. Okay. Now let me tally up all the matches he worked here. Let's see. We've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. 63 matches he's worked. Cody has worked 63 matches since night 2 of WrestleMania. 63. I mean, this is oof. So 47 house show matches, 8 televised, 8 pay-per-view. That's where Cody's at. Just since WrestleMania. And in those matches, and I just ran through every single one of them, what have we gleaned from this? Like what have we gleaned? You know, nothing. It's just why? What are we doing? What are we doing with this title reign? What has been the positive from this? And all I remember, and I heard so many YouTube channels, let Triple H cook, let this man cook. And I got lost in the sauce for like a minute. And then you snap back to reality, and like the rant I went on the Awful Wrestling podcast the other night with my tag partner, James Dillinger. What has Triple H ever created? What has he done that's original? What has Triple H brought to the business that nobody's ever seen before? He can copy everybody else, but there's no originality. And the same thing is to be said about his booking, because the Wyatt Six, they killed that. That's dead. That is dead. It's dead. The angle's dead. Bury it. Let those guys fade into relative obscurity again, because you killed it. You booked it totally wrong. You came out, had this big cinematic fucking premiere, and I fucking murdered like 18 people backstage, and the next week all these motherfuckers are just up walking around again. You should have used production people, jobber ass security, local talent. But you chose to go in a different direction altogether and just make yourselves look that much worse. And it did not work at all. It was utterly fucking stupid. I can't grasp why. Why would you fucking, I don't know, man. Cody's run's a fucking failure. It's a failure. Unless you want to say the only good thing he's done is sell t-shirts, in which case, yeah, but I mean, would you rather have, I don't know. I'd almost rather have a Yeet t-shirt than a Cody Rhodes t-shirt. Let's be fucking honest here, folks. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. What do you think? Yeet or fucking American Nightmare? It's pretty much a toss-up at this point. Or if you're Cody Rhodes, a salad toss. I don't know. Hey, how dare I? How dare I make fun of Cody like that? Some kid just cried somewhere and went like this to me. Just flip me off. So I dared make fun of Thody. So that's the unsolved mystery, is where's Cody's television appearances been? I mean, think about that. It's been what? June, July, August, September, October, November. What, we're talking 8 months since fucking WrestleMania now? 8 months. Just a day over 8 months. And yeah, I'm not saying he's not working on the house shows. He's working. He's working the house shows. Absolutely. I can't knock him for that. But you've barely been on TV. And when you have, it's been meh. Think about like Austin and them guys, man. They were on TV every fucking week. Undertaker, unless they were injured, they were on TV every fucking week. Sometimes on Monday and Friday or Thursday, whatever. But now it's like, yeah, okay, cool. I think about that though. Out of 63 total matches, I mean, he pulled double duty a couple times. There's 52 weeks in a year, so. And then, the travel schedule on top of that. But why are you not on TV? Why is your champion not involved? Like, I don't want to see. I didn't want to see Mastori to begin with, because I've been saying since Cody Rhodes showed up after like the legacy angle was done, I'm like, this guy's cooked. Like, there's nothing left for him. Stardust. I didn't watch AEW when he was over there, so I can't speak to that. I don't know. But all I'm saying is what I've seen out of him on WWE, you know, both pre and post, you know, comeback, has just been, it's so pedestrian. Everything he does is pedestrian. Like, there's nothing that really stands out. I mean, what, the guy looks like Daffy Duck with his beak shot off, and he fucking bleached his hair blonde like Eminem in 2000. And he's undersized. He's not, I don't see the it factor. There's no, like, the career, it's forced. Everything is forced with him. When he's on the microphone, it doesn't, everything he does is like heel shit. I mean, he carries himself like a heel. He does. He acts like a heel, although he's trying to be a baby face. Where? Somebody show me where the charisma is. I don't see it. I don't see it. His character would work better as like an undercard, mid-card guy going after the U.S. title as a fucking heel, or a U.S. champion as a heel. You know? This guy's not a main eventer. You drop the ball. Roman has, and I'm not saying Roman Reigns is the best worker. Not at all. But he's got more of a look. He's got more of a presence. He's got a command about him. You've got him and Paul Heyman. I mean, I don't want to see Roman continue with it. I'd like to see some new stars made, is what I would like to see. But I don't. Okay, so you're talking like a Carmelo Hayes versus Cody Rhodes. That's a U.S. title match right there. Absolutely. And Carmelo Hayes could conceivably beat Cody Rhodes. I would like to see Carmelo Hayes put on some more size. Dude's an athlete. Great. Put on a little more size, bro. You weigh 206 pounds. Like, you're on television. Come on, man. Like, if they're going to put you in a position that elevates you up the card like that, then don't go up to the heavyweight title picture looking like a fucking cruiserweight. Don't do that shit. That's embarrassing. That's like, you know, I'm on the indies, and I'm over here talking to the promoter I'm gonna be working for, going like, yo, I'm in good shape now. Like, I have visible abs. I'm getting my cuts back, but I'm still right now, because I let myself get lazy, I'm only like 212. You know, I lost my mass I gained in the summer. And I'm like, I'm gonna get to at least 225 before I get in the ring. You know, I'm training I'm lifting, you know, obviously different muscle groups every day. You know, I alternate. I eat 6 to 8 times a day. You know, I carb up when I need to. But I'm like, to look like I would not wrestle when I started working full time with my shirt off until my body was where I wanted it to be. And I know everybody, but then I see these guys on the indies and they look bad. It's like, I'm 44 years old, right? I shouldn't be going out there looking better than 20 somethings. And I just have some pride in your appearance. Your body is your brand. You're selling your brand to the crowd. Like, I never understood that. You know, I can understand if you have like a big man gimmick, you know, whatever. But if you're not that, you know, and some of these guys, you know, they're 175 pounds and they got like muffin tops spilling over their fucking trunks. I'm like, man, fucking push yourself away from the fucking table, bro. Get on a fucking treadmill, get out and walk or run, get a gym membership, and look like a fucking wrestler. This is why I don't like that anybody can be a fucking wrestler generation. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Back in the day, being a wrestler was like your fucking last chance before jail. Now, these little kids grew up with controllers in their hand and they wanted to be wrestlers. They used to want to be a wrestler because they were badasses. They were fucking men. They looked like, that's why I'm so, like I'm proud, I was 245 at my biggest, which is a decent sized guy. I'm 6'3". So it's like you're supposed to look like the part. You're supposed to look like you could, and that's my whole point. That's my rant right there on that, is just like, you don't have to be like, cut the shit, but like be big, look, proportionate. Trim yourself, if you're a fucking a smaller guy, but you're like skinny fat, like, dog, come on. Have some fucking self-respect. You're young, that's these guys, they're 20s, even their 30s. I'm like, this is not healthy either. So yeah, that's just kind of a fucking pet peeve of mine, is guys not looking like wrestlers. Like, look like a fucking wrestler. Don't look like a fucking chump out there. It's the wrestling is like, me and James talked about this the other night. Wrestling is like what? 20% of fucking being in the business. Look, character, charisma, presentation, your music, how you interact with the crowd. That's the lion's share of it, because nobody wants to see you go out there and just wrestle. They want to get to know your character. They want to get to know your character's motivations. What makes you tick? What pushes you? Where do you want to go? What are you willing to do? What lengths are you willing to go to get where you want to be? That's what it is. And if you don't set yourself up like that, with that mindset, then what are you doing? Why are you here? I look at it now, me getting back in, is I can help out. I can help guys. I'm a great promo guy. That's one of my strongest suits, is my promo ability. And just to go out there with the baby face and they're like, what are you going to say? I'm like, oh, no. You go ahead and start. You go ahead. You go ahead and insult me and I'll cook you. You go right ahead. Well, what are you going to say? Don't worry about it. What I say is dictated by how the crowd reacts to what you're saying. That's how I'll respond, And I never meant to bury anybody, but all I will say is, if we're cutting a promo, keep up. That's it. Just keep up. Attempt to. I'll get you where you need to be. I'll pitch that softball right down the middle, but I'm gonna get mine in. Because I'm a fucking heel and I get the gift of gab, so that's what I do, So yeah, just have some pride in what you do as a wrestler. If you are lucky enough to lace up the boots and step through the ropes, make sure you wipe your feet first. Even if you are a fucking heel, you wipe your feet before you get in that ring. Have pride in what you do in your appearance. I'm right now, like I said, I'm sitting back going, I need to have all my gear before I even do any promos, because I want to they do video packages and they air them during the shows and stuff like that. I work for a very one of the, if not the top indie promotions in the state of Michigan right now. There's guys coming in from New York, all over, wanting to come in, contacting my buddy Jared, the promoter, to come in to this fucking spot. So, and I've had, since he opened, an open invite, and I've been mulling around for years. And I'm like, I'm finally like, I'm almost physically where I want to be. So let's fucking roll the dice and see where it takes us. So I was kind of contemplating this too, finisher. I'm like, I need a finisher, so that's, and I said earlier, I don't even know if I mentioned what I was going to do earlier for it, but we're going to, this one's me. I'm going to use the diamond cutter. Okay. I'm use the diamond cutter, but we're going to call it the Crystal Lake cutter, because I'm going to build myself with this new horror gimmick. It'll be, from Crystal Lake by way of Manhattan, because my character was originally built from Manhattan. So then we go, from Camp Crystal Lake by way of Manhattan, and then whatever I choose to use as my name. And my finish will be the Crystal Lake Cutter, the CLC. That's kind of where I'm at with it. Like I said, music hits. That's fucking the Friday the 13th 3 disco theme hits. I'll fucking hit with the hockey mask on. I want to get a leather vest and get the gimmick on the back of the leather vest and have it be like the red Scott Hall, the blood, kind of a fucking homage to him, but still keeping with the horror theme, the Crystal Lake Space Laser. God damn it, Godzilla, I love you, bro. Yeah, that's kind of what it'll be. And yeah, we'll have fun with it. I'll be a heel. Like I said, I was talking to James the other night. I said, I'll be a heel until I go out and I start doing the fucking shtick. Because I'll be kind of a comedic heel at first until we hit the ring, and then it's business time. But I said, until this shit starts getting over, and then it's like, fuck, he's going to be like, yeah, you got to go babyface. We can't have you as a heel getting over like this. I don't want to be a babyface. Like, I don't. I have no desire to be a babyface at all. I was a babyface for 7-8 years. I think it was 7 years. Yeah. 6.5, 7 years, something like that. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't. I was always the babyface commissioner, babyface manager, until I went over to that last company I worked for, which we're done naming them. But I was manager of the year in 2016 and rookie of the year there, because I came in as a manager and then started working. And I got voted by my peers as rookie and manager of the year. So that was kind of cool. It was kind of a cool thing, I mean, it is what it is, but it's just it's a fun thing, just to kind of have that under your belt. But it wasn't like PWI or anything. Fuck, I've never been on that. I didn't work enough, I was only working a couple tapings a month. So, and then you'd pick up like a side booking here or there, but I was, working 2 regular shoots and then wrestling on the side and having a very young kid. Yeah. And I just realized tonight we've streamed, we recorded for Patreon. I got to upload that to Patreon. So Patreon backers over there, you guys have got a 2-hour show that I'll upload probably tomorrow morning for you guys after I lift. Yeah. So yeah, we went over Cody. We've talked about SmackDown. I was kind of waiting to see if anybody else from the group was going to jump in. I don't know how much longer I'll stream here, but I don't have any long clips to play either. I don't know. Let's see here. I kind of, you guys in the chat, let me know, because we've talked about wrestling for like an hour here. Let's check out we watched one on the Patreon recording last night. Friday the 13th fan films. So we found some short ones, and we'll find one of these right here, a shorter one, and we'll kind of watch this together. Let's see. There's a playlist of them that I found here. Let's see. Because there's actually some ones that look really good. One was done by this Canadian company, and it came up, and we watched the trailer for it. It was pretty cool. What is this? I don't know what that is. The Nightmare Ends on Halloween. This is 8 minutes, gang. All right. Whoops. Hang on. All right, let me get this set up here. Let me present this screen. Timothy, present. We'll turn the background music down. I'll embiggen that. Let's see. Make me go down here. Wait, over here. Right there. There we go. All right. Let's see here. I promise this is not my first time. Giggity. All right, here we go. And we're off to an auspicious start here.
They tried to erase me. They treated me like the plague. My name wasn't spoken. All evidence of my wrath was destroyed. They thought they had gotten rid of me. They thought they would never be afraid again. But I proved them wrong. I found someone who made them remember. A patsy who did my bidding. But then he turned on me. He turned on me! And now I'm here. I am in limbo. Trapped between my world of dreams and hell. It seems like I could be stuck here forever. But I think I have found a way out. A way out of this prison and back to Springwood to finish what I started. All I have to do is convince him, and I'll be home free. Michael, may I speak with you? I will only take a moment of your time. I know how busy.
Wait. What the fuck?
I'm just kidding. I need you to schedule
This-
early Halloween this year, Michael. I need you
I swear to
go
Jesus, this
Springwood
motherfucker's
to punish
tripping,
the
dude.
children of Elm Street. Would you do that for me, Michael? Understand, they have been very bad, and I need someone who can help me. Will you help me?
Is he waiting for this motherfucker to say yes?
I will give you anything you can dream of. Oh, come on.
That moment right there, they
has
should
to
have
be
flashed to
something
the
you
inside
want.
of Michael's head and shown like a pony
Who
or
the hell do you
something.
think you are? Oh, I got your attention now. Hey, it was just a pumpkin. Oh, you want to play now, huh? Let's go.
I'm gonna pause this for a minute. The Michael Myers looks way better than Freddy Krueger. Really, like the Michael Myers looks way better. The Freddy Krueger, like he's trying. I'll give him that. I'll give him that. They're trying. But we'll go on with this. This is only 8 minutes.
Looks to me like someone's dreaming. Can it be? You're dead! I'm back! Now, back to work. You're still here?
He's like, damn it, Maggle.
Listen me up, Myers. You are so dead. What the hell?
Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Is that Batista playing Pinhead?
Freddy Krueger, did you think it would be that easy?
Props
Did
on
you
the
think
makeup job,
you could
though.
hide us? No, I think not. Your reign of evil is now over. You escaped hell once. Now you must pay hell's price. We will tear your soul apart.
Ah, there he said the thing. Wait, is there a stinger? Or they just got... I'll get claimed for the music. They, let's see. This was from 2004. So this is 20 years old. Let's take a look at the comments here on this real quick. Let's see. The guy who played Myers nailed it, and like the rest. Yeah, I'd say the Myers was probably one of the better characters in this. I don't know, Freddy. Like I said, they did a good job with it. They did. I can't knock it, man. As somebody who has a horror script going, I can't knock it. I can critique a little bit, but I'd say it was good. The Pinhead character, I will say this. I want to do that. I really do. That is the only way I will like shave this down would be to do like the Pinhead makeup, I think. That looked good. And his voice had a good voice for it too. Yeah, I cannot wait to get that fucking tattoo over here. See, that's like I'm gonna have all these horror tattoos, and that'll just play into the wrestling gimmick even more. Because like I want like sleeves. I want to sleeve. Even the hands eventually. Yeah, it's like I know what I want now, you know. So, but let me see here. Godzillionaire. All right. Speaking of Pinhead, best puzzle box form. For me, the Leviathan configuration. That is, I don't know. I want to work that into I might actually get that one individually tattooed on me. The one I'm doing right now is, I think he'll just have the regular configuration, the regular lament configuration in the square form. But I might get the Leviathan tattooed somewhere else. Let me get a picture of that for those of that might not know. Leviathan configuration. Lament. Let's see. Leviathan form. Does it have it in there? Because I saw that in, here it is right here. Let me share this. Yeah, this is my favorite right here. This is the Leviathan. I absolutely fucking love this form. I think that'd be like, I don't know, because like I said, I want him to have the regular puzzle box in the tattoo on my left arm. So I think that would be like a really good like tricep tattoo or something like that. I don't know. Or maybe like on my forearm. Like one of those. And mind you, I teach at a Catholic school. I'm getting a hell priest tattooed on my left arm. Like that's something. That's something. But they'll just have to deal with it because I wear tank tops all the time in the fucking spring. So yeah. Oh, Godzillionaire. Now, yeah, that one's my personal go back over the Savage Beach song. That's my personal favorite, is the Leviathan form. I really, really like that. Yeah, that was the only good thing about the new movie, was them showing like different configurations and things. I was such a big fan of that. I want to buy one of these because I have the Lament configuration in its regular form, and it just comes apart. Although it gets stuck regularly, which is fine, because I always jokingly be like, if I take this thing apart, something bad's going to happen anyway. So I'll just leave it. Oddly enough, those of you, I know a couple of you guys out there I'm friends with on Facebook, Keely probably saw it. My son has 2 Elf on the Shelves, and they ran afoul of Michael Myers, and Dr. Loomis was trying to save one of them from Michael Myers, and the other one was sitting on the big Lament configuration, and my Pinhead NECA figure was holding the small one, offering it to the one Elf. So I got to play with that. My kid loves those. He loves when I do stuff like that with him. Oh yeah, we had him hanging over the stove one year with a bunch of like wrestling action figures around it. Yeah, I have fun with those with him, and he's to the age now. He's 9 this year. He'll be 10 next year. And he still believes in Santa Claus. Which is fucking awesome. I love that. But by next year he probably won't. So inevitably, they find out on their own, or a classmate ruins it for him, much like a spoiler in a movie. So, it'll happen. Like, we took him to see Santa today, and he was over the moon happy, which like I said, I believe in letting kids be kids as long as they can. There's no sense in making them grow up too soon. They get thrown into the world, into the wolves soon enough. So, just my parenting philosophy. I know I've been all over the place tonight, guys. Just thanks for hanging out. I haven't done a solo stream like this in a year, since last year, because I used to do the morning shows, but I just don't have time. And that's another thing I kind of want to talk about, is with like my workout schedule and everything I'm doing now, I'm taking on more things away from YouTube. The streams will be here. Like, we're going to stream, but individual videos will be sparse for a while until I am able to just have them edited by somebody else. That's been a constant battle of mine. Is I love producing videos. I absolutely do. But with me getting back in the wrestling business and, potentially running the youth golf league here and teaching and doing some other stuff away from this, is, it'll put the clamps on that. I know I owe you guys the Halloween Resurrection video. That absolutely will happen. Though it takes about a week to produce those. If I do it the way I want to do it, it'll be about a week. So I got to do my research and write my script, which usually ends up being like fucking 15 pages long. And then my images, and yeah. So But we'll do a Halloween resurrection video. Absolutely. You know, Nitro will be here, Tuesday Night Terror Vision. Wednesday, next week, I'm going to training. So out at Shogun. So I won't be streaming Wednesday night. Or, you know, I'll have to fucking get some sleep. I'm not going to say I'll come home and stream. So we'll try to do These People Are Fucking Happy cast earlier in the day on Wednesday. Get you your hour member stream for all our channel members, which we love and appreciate you guys. And if you sign up on that Kazuian tier, the $2.99 tier, I send you a Kazuian welcome pack, which is one of my wrestling trading cards, the Pete Daddy Dollar circa 2017 trading cards, and a kazoo. So just as a way of saying thank you. And I usually write, the last ones I sent out, I wrote little handwritten letters in there too. Because I appreciate the channel members and all the patrons out there. So yeah, you guys fucking rock, man. Like I don't like asking for money, you know, but we do produce pretty kick-ass content. So you know, we try to give you your money's worth out there, and we appreciate the support. We really do. Now, Godzillionaire, do you want me to talk about the wrestler? Because I in the words of that one lady, I ain't no ways tired. So I had a cup of coffee. You know, we're good. We're good. The wrestler now. Wait. What is this? Hang on. Let me acknowledge Keely. On Christmas Eve, Santa Gear will visit every house by going through the back door. He will take some kind of drink out of the fridge because he likes his drinks cold. Yeah, warm milk isn't really good. I don't know, they say it's good for you. I don't know. But looks like we'll be joined here pretty soon. All right. Sorry, I had to answer our group chat here. Okay. For Godzillionaire. Godzillionaire is a channel member and a fucking patron. Bro, the wrestler. You wanted to know. Let me pull your comment up here. Let me highlight this here. All right. Right here. Thoughts on the wrestler with Mickey Rourke. Not from a movie standpoint, but how it portrays the indie scene. Okay. That is a great fucking question. I'd say some things that got right, like the locker room situations, you know, the way the boys sit there and talk about the matches. It's a different world. When I got in, I was fortunate enough to have been working with James Dillinger, my tag partner, and his fellow promoter, Gary the Freak, who I was really good friends with Gary too, for a while. You know, super guy. I actually lived with him for a bit. We had and the wrestler had just come out, like, right around the time I'd gotten into the business. So I was kind of like, you know, learning on the fly. And I remember watching that, you know, more recently now, and being older, and, you know, you're always wondering, you know, how is it going to end for me? You know, what's the end, you know, and we don't really ever get to pick that as far as like our careers go in the ring. I mean, you do, but it's more or less you versus the clock, because that's the way it is. It all comes down at the end of the day. It's you versus time, and time is undefeated. So I liked the way Mickey Rourke played the character, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Watching that shit now, it kind of makes me well up a little bit at points, because I've seen guys like that, you know, they've been on the indies for, you know, 20 fucking years, and they're a fucking indie star, but it never translated into anything more than that. And, you know, they're still driving away in a fucking $500, $1,000 car. You know, you might make $150 payday, you know, on a good house as a champion, sometimes more, but unless you're really, really good with your fucking money, or you got some shit going on outside of wrestling, you know, your shoot job, these, you know, you see it on as a fan, as strictly a fan. you see the TV product, because that's what you see, the glitz and glamour of being a superstar in, one of the big, back when I was growing up, obviously you had AWA, you had UWF, you had PWF, you had WWF, you had WCW, and then, all the other ones in Japan and Mexico, Super Astros, AAA, CMLL, New Japan, what the fuck else is over there? Whatever. All those. And you see the US, you watch that shit, you're like, man, ECW, even like, okay, ECW is a better example because ECW was nothing but like a gassed up fucking indie promotion that blew up. And if they had been run with a bit more fiscal responsibility, I mean, they got a fucking national TV deal. They got a national TV deal in indie promotion. Think about that. How fucking amazing is that? And it gets squandered. It gets squandered. And that's the way shit goes with the indies, is a lot of it is run on a wing and a prayer. It's being held together. The environment surrounding the fucking show is a hurricane, and it's being held together. That thin piece of paper is holding everything together. You got more fragile egos in them locker rooms. Not all locker rooms. The one that I'm walking into is run by two fucking no nonsense great guys that are, they love to have fun. They run a great show, awesome production level. I've met 80% of the locker room, the roster, and a lot of them I have worked with, have been in stables with, have wrestled with, and then there's a lot of new faces too. So it's very cool to walk into a great situation and, be able to say that ain't going to work for me, brother. But no, the wrestler, man, it did. And I just kind of went off on a tangent, bro. It portrayed the indies very well. Obviously it was dressed up for Hollywood and, dramatized a little bit, but wrestling is a drama business. There's a lot of it backstage. And again, like I said, that goes with the egos involved with the sport. You've got a lot of egos, and it gets, these guys get lost in the sauce, and they start believing their own hype. I remember running an angle. It was heel versus babyface commissioner, and I'm, of course, the fucking babyface with this guy. And his work name was JJ Cadillac. And first thing he does, now he's the heel. This dude is a fucking straight. And I personally didn't like him, but I was professional. So he comes out and I'm the baby face. I'm like, I can just tear this motherfucker to shreds. And I said some heel shit to him. He had fucked up teeth and he was broke as a joke. Call himself JJ Cadillac. I'm like, all right. So he comes out, you Pete Daddy Dollar, you think and he had no idea what he was trying to say. And I'm sitting backstage listening to him before I make my entrance, because he comes out first with the guy, like his muscle, the guy I'd end up working after I kind of like KO'd him. And he's sitting there, he's running his mouth. So I'm sitting in like gorilla with the promoter, and I've got my wireless mic, and I'm just waiting for the cue. And I see Manny, the promoter, just sitting there. He's like, this dumb motherfucker, just shaking his head, going like, I told him what to fucking say. And I'm like, look, man, you can't. He's retarded. I'm like, he's basically retarded, bro. Like, what are we going to do? He goes, go out and fucking do your thing. I'm like, all right. So fucking Otis by Jay-Z hits. I fucking let the fucking beginning of the song play, for about 30, 40 seconds, and the crowd, they lower the lights, they start hitting the fucking smoke machine. And just as the commissioner, this is the kind of intro I got. And the drop hits, and I fucking come out, crowd fucking pops. I got my mic and I'm going around. I haven't even turned it on. I'm walking around the ring, high-fiving the fucking crowd, shaking hands, kissing babies, fucking do my jump turn into the ring, hit all 4 fucking corners, and They bring the fucking house lights up, and I finally get on the microphone, and I'm like, first of all, Bobby Buick. I'm like, you ain't a Cadillac. I'm like, you're a Buick with a busted grill, because them teeth right there, that looks like a broken picket fence. I can't figure it out. And he fucking crowd's like, oh, you know, and he's sitting there and he's getting flustered already. His face started to get red at that, because I tore into him. And he's like, you ain't got, and I says, I ain't got what? I says, first of all, I ain't got isn't the proper use of the language, sir. I was like, and I said, I thank you to correct yourself when you're in the presence of greatness. I said, speak up to me. Don't speak down to me. And again, the crowd's like, oh my God. And he can't say anything. He's like flustered. And I says, look, man, I says, you want a piece of me. I said, I'm the commissioner. I says, you want a piece of what I got. I says, I need nothing from you. I said, except I said, one thing I will do. And I reach in my pocket, because I always had like Mentos or something. I said, here's a breath mint, because you smell. I said, I can smell that halitosis from before I came out through the curtain, as soon as you started running your mouth. And the crowd just fucking lost their shit. And fucking, he has nothing. So his boy grabs the mic, because this dude could actually, oh, you fuck. All right. He's like, you want a piece of JJ? I said, he wants a piece of me. I said, there's nothing for me to get out of this. And so we set the match up, and it was just like, hey, we get backstage, and all the boys are sitting there just like, oh my God. Like, my buddy Brandon's like, remind me never to get on your bad side out there. I was like, I said, I like you, bro. I said, I would never do that to somebody I like. But I've been, JJ comes back. He goes, what was up with that? And then the promoter walks over. He goes, what was up with that? He goes, you're supposed to be the heel. He goes, what are you doing out there? He goes, you let him destroy you. And he goes, he said he wasn't even firing it all on all cylinders either. He goes, he held back on you. I'm like, I kind of did. I said, I was going to call you white trash. Just come around and call you a piece of fucking white trash. But I decided, he's like, and then he got mad, and Manny's laughing. He goes, see? He goes, where was that fire when he was out in the ring? I said, and that's the difference. Like, I've had people unload on me, and that's fine. I want you to, you know, I'll sit there and play dozens. If you roast me, fuck, I deserve it. But if I cook you, you're going to have to hold your L, you know. That's the fun part about cutting promos to me. And it's like I said, I don't try to, most of the time it's like, let's just go out there and have a fun back and forth. But like I said, you get some jackass, and this guy was not in the business. The only reason he was there was the other promoter ran a car dealership, and this fucking idiot was one of like the tire changers. So he begged, he wanted to do a deal. So they finally let him, and they knew I could kind of get him away from, I could steer him out of the business very quickly. And I remember the first, it felt so good hitting him with a clothesline, because I didn't even pull back on it. I just came through with it. And then he powdered, and he was like, I gotta continue. And then his guy came in, Mark, and, you know, he whooped my ass for a while. And I get a hope spot, knock me back down. I hit a stunner, and it was like, that was the double down, was the stunner, because he was already beating my ass. And he reached down to pick me up, and I came out of nowhere, stunning him. He fucking back bumps. I go back down, and he's going to try to hit me with his elbow drop at this point. So he climbs up to the top, and JJ is trying to celebrate already, and he fucking hits the ropes. Mark crotches himself, ass over tea kettle, falls down, gets back up, and I fucking schoolboyed him. 1, 2, 3, fucking crowd pop. My music hits, and I celebrate for about a half a second, and he gets back up and just start putting the fucking boots to me. And then his tag partner came out, and they're whooping my ass. And then like the world champion came out, Gideon Malice was his name, big dude. And he come out, you know, he's the top baby. He comes out and starts beating down them. And then another baby face came out to set up for the next fucking, because we worked, what was that? That was coming right out of intermission. So we were the 4 spot out of 6. We were the 4 spot. And yeah, my first match ever was a 4 spot on a card, which was kind of neat. You know, it was semi-main. But yeah, so they set up the tag match for later on that night, because Mark, they're like, you're going to work again. That's what I said. I had to do the deal, and I had to sell everything, go backstage, and came out before the 5th match. and announce that, because of your actions, you're going to face, Giddy Mouse and CIA versus Big Chuck Wagon and Giddy Mouse in the main, because yeah, it's one thing we wrestled. I beat you, but then you decided to go overboard. So you're going to have to pay. This is as commissioner. This is the way it's going to be. I'm laying down the law, kind of thing. So that was fun. What up, Draven? What up, man? But that's been indie stories. That's just one of the, that was my very first match, actually. I don't know. Do you want me to talk about the wrestler more? I kind of just went off on a fucking tangent, bro. I'm sorry. I should just do a video on the wrestler for you. If I have time, I could do that. I could do that. I'm waiting to see if any of these other yahoos are coming on here. It's either that or I'm gonna wrap up here in a little bit. I don't know. I could keep going. I see. I do have to say. Didn't they acquit Daniel Penny today or yesterday? Was it yesterday? Yesterday or Thursday? They acquitted Daniel Penny. I saw that. Hey, good for him. Guy saves a. This is the thing. Like having my sister, like one of my sisters lived in New York. Man, think about that. Like your wife, your girlfriend, your sister, your mom is on a train and some weirdo is threatening them, and then some man comes in and not trying to neutralize the threat completely as he was trained to do, but just restrain. And then this guy, the thing happened, and yeah, now you're getting the whole, well, we're gonna do bad things because this evil man was acquitted, and it's like, think you kind of missed the plot there, but all right, I don't understand that whole mindset of, look, I see a lot of criminals, that die, and I've never once sympathized with a criminal just because he had the same melanin as me. I'm of the school of thought that if you do something heinous or bad, completely heinous, some kind of crime, assault, the ending of someone, then if that same fate should befall you, then that is your actions and consequences intersecting with each other. That's kind of my school of thought. And not for nothing, but Jordan Neely been arrested 42 times. A lot of those were assault charges. So maybe the man should have gotten some mental help. He was obviously very ill, but that does not give you carte blanche to go around threatening, harassing, and otherwise harming innocent citizens. That I'm going to get on my soapbox here. This is neither wrestling nor horror related, but I don't fucking care. This is my show and you're all still watching. When did we stop abiding by the social contract? When did this happen? When did we stop abiding by that social contract? When did we stop believing that we should be polite to somebody we walk by on the street? When did we start to believe that we can just take things that we want that don't belong to us? Tommy, hail, brother. Hail. We can take things that we want that don't belong to us simply because we want them. Somebody else worked for that. Well, there's so many issues, and it falls on completely fucking horrible parenting. Letting Big Daddy government raise your children, a parent does not you make. Yeah, I just went Yoda there. It's terrible to think, like, I heard this from a parent, and they said, well, why should I have to teach my kid anything? That's why I sent him to school. Excuse me? Excuse me? Why should I have to teach my child anything? That's why I sent him to school. That's why your kid is going to grow up fucked up. That's why your kid's going to grow up fucked up and probably be a fucking degenerate. Why should I? Because you really want public school teachers raising your fucking kids, indoctrinating them? I don't think so. I don't think so. You know, and like I said, those of you that know me, I'm a school teacher, and I never, ever, ever, ever indoctrinate my children, you know, my students. Never. They are my children because they're in my care while I oversee them during the course of a day. And like I said, their parents know me, they know who I am, and they're fucking very cool about it because they know it's like, am I fucking kind of a, you know, off the wall cat? Yeah. But I'm never going to present your children with information that they don't need or is not, you know, not something that they need or something that I'm not going to impart my beliefs on them. Now, I listen to them talk a lot of times and I'm like, I know a lot of, you know, pretty much all the parents. So I'm like, I can see where you picked that up from, you know, but I have a great class, you know, from pre-K through 8th grade. I have wonderful, wonderful students. I'm very lucky in that respect to have a very kick-ass group of students. Jesus, I've been streaming for almost 2 hours and it is 1 o'clock in the morning, gang. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take my leave, and I need to eat again. I'm not gonna fucking lie. I'm hungry. It was carb night. I didn't get enough carbs, so I think there's some leftover pizza in the fridge and about 2 chicken breasts. So I can see myself going up and making something to eat. You know, see, I'll be like cutting up chicken and making like a salad with that while I'm eating pizza. Them gains, baby. Got to get them gains. But thank you, everybody. Thank you. Let me thank everybody in the chat. Tommy and Draven and Keely and Godzillionaire and Gap After Dark and Instant Regret. Let's see. And My Sketchbook 340. Thank you, gang. Appreciate everybody hanging out. This is, like I said, an impromptu. I wasn't planning on streaming, and this is 6 nights in a row, maybe more. I can't remember. I think it's at least 6. So I'm taking tomorrow night off because I'll be hanging out with some friends, and I'm gonna probably go see Mama again because she's out of the hospital and home. So yeah, thank you, gang. I do. Like I said, I say it a lot. I appreciate you guys. You guys fucking rock. You make this worthwhile. And if it wasn't for you, I'm just some idiot with a webcam yelling into the shit abyss. And sometimes the shit abyss yells back. But until next time, gang, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening, morning, wherever you are, however you're watching. Thank you. If I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow. I'll catch you on the next one. And remember, it is always better to burn out than fade away.